Tie clinch.
He's been relying more on his grappling in the sense that he's been more willing to pressure forward, which surprised me in our kickboxing fight. Josh was willing to press forward and, put himself in the fire, man. And it's been working for him. And he's steadily improving fight by fight. With that being said, Jeremy Campos has been able to get a revenge on one of his losses. He's been training hard. He's on a winning streak.
He's the number 21 ranked heavyweight in New York.
He's number 21 ranked heavyweight in New York. And he's ready to go, and he's extremely confident. I've also gotten the chance to talk to him. He said he was looking for a finish this fight. He thinks he can get it in the second round, I think he said.
And Josh DePace is a tough guy to finish.
He's a tough guy to finish, man. And Jeremy was adamant that he was coming to finish this fight. So I'm excited to see how this plays out, man.
Well, we've had this is our 8th fight. 6 have gone to a decision. 6 have gone to a decision. We did have one submission. This could be the one, Will, with a big, vicious knockout, potentially.
I really see this going a little bit further.
Okay.
DePace does really well later in the rounds.
He does. And it's not to be taken away that Jeremy also has very good jiu-jitsu, too. So if this fight was to go to the ground, Josh has been working on his grappling, but Jeremy has good jiu-jitsu, too. So, listen, this fight can go anywhere. Anything can happen. I'm excited to see the outcome of it, to be honest. And Jeremy's a big guy, big, strong, long guy. He's got diverse striking.
He's a nice guy.
He's a great guy. Like really nice Josh is a great guy. He's game, man.
Easy to root for, that's for sure.
When I was before I came to commentary, the kid you see with him, he came up. He said he's Josh's fan. He goes with him everywhere, and Josh is bringing him out for the fight, man. And that's the thing that kids remember for the rest of their life.
Yeah, he's a guy who really does embrace the process and enjoy it.
Yeah. He does. He embraces the process and enjoy it. He's willing to come up and train with us. He drives from an hour hour away to come and get training sessions, and he's really locked in. I'm excited to see how this fight works, man. How this fight plays out.
And that's the thing that can go a little bit unnoticed is the commitment to the craft that these men need to have, in addition to also having families or jobs and responsibilities. It's almost an unhealthy amount of commitment that you have to put into this.
These amateurs don't have sponsors paying the bills.
Absolutely. That's a grind, huh? That is a grind.
Listen, and that's why I tried to help them get their name out, because, like I said, this is a business as well. And a lot of them are missing out on opportunities to kind of lighten the load on that side of things. But, to each his own, I would say.
He's always smiling. I love it.
That's the smiling assassin, man.
I want to give another shout out to somebody watching on our live stream right now, the Beard King, Jeremy Schuhart. Appreciate
We're going to bring
you.
it up to Mike Calvo.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Brian Cody, stop looking at your goddamn phone and shout out, okay? Embrace the process and stay in the moment.
3-minute rounds in our heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday 263 pounds. Representing Chernobyl MMA and Arale Combat Academy out of Lima, Peru, Jeremy El Toro Campos. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in last night at 263 pounds. Representing the MMA Collective out of Red Hook, New York, the Smiling Assassin, Josh DePace.
A lot of fans
the
in here
man
for
in
Josh
charge of
tonight.
the action at the sound of the bell is Dan
Well, again, when you travel as
Mergliata.
much as he does, you get that exposure, and people really respect your craft.
Yeah, when you fight as much as he is, he's on his 17th fight. 18th fight. You're gonna earn some fans.
And like you said, though, a good person, like a good, respectful human who cares about the community, like that's where the support comes from.
Here
Love
we go.
to see it.
Holding it down for the heavyweights. There's a lot of heavyweight fights on this card that fell through, and we get to see the big boys at work. Oh, and already we're into the grappling.
It's like two bears.
This is interesting to see. Oh man, now I know
here we go.
Now I know how you guys feel.
Well,
and we got Jeremy controlling the cage right now, doing a good job with those double underhooks.
Josh doing a good job delivering that knee against the cage.
Yeah, Josh staying active.
Looking for that trip. Now, right now, Campos has that underhook. One of the things they can do is really dig down on that elbow and turn.
Yeah, he can kind of get behind, get a bear hug, drop to a double leg even, pull Josh's legs back. Josh, if I'm Josh, I'm looking to pummel in. Maybe, find my own underhook and start working my way off the cage, which he's doing right now.
Yeah, you got to drop that elbow inside of Campos' left arm.
Yep. But he's scoring some points. He's throwing some knees. Campos is looking for a trip maybe, but
it's not there, and DePace is aware of it.
Nice knee to the body by Campos.
I'm really happy this cage is put together well.
Yeah, me too.
At least we think it is.
I mean, listen, I'll try to.
They're right in front of you, Brian.
Yeah.
You see Josh trying to dig that underhook, trying to dig that elbow in, but Campos doing a good job, but he's starting to lose the grip. Let's see what DePace can do. Good job by Dan Mergliata breaking the action.
Resetting him, man. And if you're Jeremy, you used a lot of energy to keep Josh against the cage, man. And Josh did a good job at not overexerting himself there.
And again, think about how much energy that took Campos to hold him there.
Campos looking for it again.
Nice knee.
I think he's looking for a headlock there. But
Nice
Josh
uppercut by DePace.
Yeah.
Good job using the forearm to frame. Nice knee.
Nice knee to the body, man. You feel those.
So if DePace can weather this storm, Campos is going to be tired.
Yeah, definitely. Campos is exerting a lot of energy to work these.
1 minute left.
Josh is his experience is coming to play, man. Josh
we talked about his clinch work. He's doing a good job.
Doing a good job on the clinch work, finding some strikes.
Less than a minute to go in the first round here. It's a good one.
But Jeremy's doing a good job at pushing the pace.
Nice turn, Josh DePace right there.
Yeah, now Josh has got him against the cage, landing some shots. Now he's got his double underhooks of his own. Oh, Jeremy does a good job pummeling in. And that's an underrated technique Josh is using his head under Jeremy's chin, man. To
low man wins.
Yeah, low man wins.
He's also doing a nice job with the knee to the inside thigh.
Yeah, and he's landing some strikes in this control position. He's got a deep underhook.
He's controlling the bicep of Campos so he can deliver some punches.
Yep.
Much of this first round literally in our lap here as we sit cage side.
Yeah,
it's
I'm pretty sure
first
it's got
round.
sweat in my mouth.
Oh, man, yeah. And listen, they're heavyweights, and we can smell them.
I wasn't going to say it.
I tasted
Thank
the
you
smell.
for saying the big pisser.
I will.
I tasted it.
Listen, I'll say it.
That's why I was happy that Big Dan Mergliata moved him off the cage.
And once again, we're going to the second round. We got another beautiful cage girl here, Bam, coming and giving us the pleasure.
Bam, also a bartender at Vice and Virtue. Stop down and see her.
Yep. Feel free to stop by after the fights, man.
It really is a Cage Wars
Well, we got
family.
the after party at Van Slicks.
And, I'll be there. Van Slicks, of course. Yeah, after party at Van Slicks.
And I'm just watching Josh is in the corner. He doesn't look very gassed at all. For a big guy, sometimes you think they tend to lose a lot of steam. He appears to be very calm and relaxed right now.
Well, he didn't use much energy that first round.
It's easier to have your back against the cage if you defend intelligently than pressure against the cage.
Yeah, Josh did a good job at not exerting energy in the wrong way.
Yep. Campos meanwhile looks a little bit more exhausted.
Josh is smiling.
But again,
at me.
when you pressure, you use energy.
Yeah, Josh is smiling at me, giving middle fingers because in training, man, I've had him up against the cage plenty of times. I'm sure he's like, man.
Good stance switch by DePace.
Man, that backhand is there for Josh.
Sure is.
He's leading with that jab. I think he could land a good 2 or 10 if he decided. And Jeremy doing a good job at using his range a little bit more better this round.
And I agree with you, El Shaddai. It appears as though DePace is just waiting for the opening. That big shot is coming. It feels like it's coming.
They're coming back to our side of the cage, Brian. You ready?
You can see Jeremy isn't as willing to, pressure forward this time. Jeremy's a little bit more apprehensive to engage in those clinch battles. And now Josh is just holding him against the cage, using that forward pressure.
Using
like I
his
said.
head, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. And, Josh right now is in a super dominant position. If he wanted to, he could drop to a single leg and even get a takedown.
But why if he's dominating that clinch? I don't blame him.
No reason. It's not his strong suit. He's doing good right now, right where he's at. Scoring points.
And it looks like, he's looking for a trip, Campos, but it's just not there. DePace very aware.
Yeah. It's really hard to get those trips against heavyweights with your back against the cage. A lot of those what people don't know about those trips is, you trip the leg, but a lot of the actual takedown comes from the way you manipulate the upper body with the trip.
And can either of you guys speak on the amount of energy, how exhausting it is when a big guy like Josh DePace has you up against the cage?
Man, listen, just anything with another big guy. Listen, and weight is not relative. So as you go up, just because I'm 200 pounds and he's 200 pounds doesn't mean it's easier for
Big
me.
pisser, you ain't 200 pounds.
You know what I mean? 200 plus. 200 plus.
You were
plus.
200 in like 6th grade.
Dude, you literally. In 6th grade. Listen, in 6th grade, I was sharing clothes with my dad, man. 200 plus.
Were you were 200 pounds in 6th grade?
Yeah, I made the 1,000-pound club in 8th grade.
Wait, what?
You know the 1,000-pound club?
There are 3 lifts.
Bench squat,
press.
Yeah, I wasn't 1,000 pounds.
You were speaking French to Brian Cody.
He thought I was 1,000. Oh, Jeremy's got a guillotine right there. Josh doing a good job recovering, but Jeremy's got that back. Now he's got Josh pressured against the cage.
Campos almost looked like he's going to grab that cage. Big Dan stopping it instantly. Good job by Dan Mergliata. Nice
Jeremy
job
really
with that clinch.
He's doing a good job holding Josh against the cage, but he needs to score in those positions.
I really want to see these guys center the cage just banging, selfishly.
You know what I like that Josh just did was the open hand palm strike out of that
Yeah.
clinch. It's something that you don't always see.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan could probably separate them at this point, don't you guys think?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, they just separated themselves.
Now
Doesn't got
Josh
to.
is looking a little bit tired.
And that was a nice shot by Jeremy too off the clinch.
It was a good round for Campos.
Yeah, I think if you're Jeremy, next time you're looking to keep the distance and land some strikes.
And
If
these
you're
two
Josh, you're keeping the same game plan.
the 2 heavies will get a minute rest, and they'll come out and do a 3rd and final round in a pretty close fight. We don't know how the judges are
that
scoring
can
it.
easily be 1-1.
Easily,
yeah,
I agree.
That last round is hard to score, man. It's hard to score.
Well, if you were working the corner, you would probably tell your fighter that it's 1-1,
yes,
right?
definitely.
Just psychologically.
I would tell my fighter you need to win this round. If I was either corner, I would tell my fighter if you don't win this round, you don't win the fight. Shout out to Nash out here working
Nash
the corner.
does everything. He plays the anthem. He commentates. He's coaching.
He's a man of many traits.
He's you before you, really.
Yeah, he's me before me. The smaller, less black version.
The less black version. Only the big pisser.
You know, I was really, I felt betrayed when I found out his name wasn't actually Nash. It's Nicholas.
It's not.
Nash
No.
is an acronym.
It's an
I
acronym.
didn't know that. That's wrong.
It's wrong, isn't it?
I didn't want to correct you. I was terrified to correct you, but I knew that about 2 hours ago.
I got you.
You keep it up. I'm going to be the medium-sized pisser right in this booth.
Okay.
Elson I goes, I got you.
We're in for
We had to put him in the middle.
we're in for the round 3, and you see Jeremy, establishing cage dominance. Maybe Josh is a little tired.
But he's pushing Josh against the cage. He wants Josh's back against that cage again this
Yeah,
round.
he does. Oh,
Good turn by DePace.
yeah.
And DePace is in his own corner. And El Shaddai, you can speak to that. Doesn't it help being in your own corner?
Yeah, you can hear him clearly, and Josh is landing some shots, man. Josh is doing a good job.
And Josh has good hand skills.
He does have really good striking, believe
He's
it.
got good counter punches.
Yeah, he's got good everything. He's got very good kickboxing, man.
I thought I saw a cut open up on Josh DePace over his right eye. Could have been from a headbutt or a strike, or I
Josh
could
has
have been
got some
seeing
scar
things.
tissue. So Josh, in one of his recent fights, accumulated some scar tissue. So that cut opens up easy on him.
That's like Nick Diaz. You blow on Nick Diaz, he bleeds.
He bleeds. And we were training, and Josh was bringing that point up when we were training. He was worried about bleeding because of that scar tissue. Jeremy's doing a good job controlling Josh against the cage, though.
Yeah, that was probably from a headbutt.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice knee to the body by
yeah,
Campos.
Josh is bleeding a bit,
Yep.
but I don't remember any significant strike.
No. Unless it could be bothering him, though. I did notice a couple times he tried to wipe the blood away.
Yeah, he's got that blood. He's got that scar tissue, like I said. But you never know how the judges are seeing that.
It's a tough fight to score, it really is.
It's a very tough fight to score. I think Josh had some good moments.
Good job by Dan Mergliata breaking the action.
Yeah, we got to find a way to figure this one out, man.
Without a doubt.
We got to find a way to figure this one out.
Josh still smiling.
Yeah.
Well, he should be letting his hands go because when he does, he's had some success.
But again, heavyweights, the end of the 3rd round. These are not 125ers.
Yeah, nah.
You can put Speckhart and Palmer together. They won't even one of these guys.
They wouldn't even be. Yeah. And listen, it takes a lot of effort to move yourself around, let alone.
Here it comes,
There
though.
we go. That's
Yep.
what we need.
Yep. Josh doing a good job controlling the distance and putting his hands on
Less
him,
than a
man.
minute, guys.
And Jeremy doing a good job circling to the center. Oh,
Nice.
Joshua, that was a nice hook. Just missed Jeremy.
Campos seems to be the fresher man.
You might be right, but I see one more surge in DePace.
Yeah, Josh is a veteran, man. He knows how to pick his spots.
Nice knee, doing a good job using his head against the cage.
That's one of the things that come with experience, man.
He said he's
picking
got about
your
20
spots.
of these fights.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's something that I've been learning over the last year.
The pacing, no pun intended. We're talking about Josh DePace, but the
Not the
pacing of
pissing.
it.
The pacing, not the pissing, the
pacing.
pacing.
Yeah, he's the big DePacer.
The big depacer.
The big depisser?
The pacemaker.
The big DePacemaker. Josh DePacemaker. That is tremendous.
Hey, and that
Great
was
fight.
That was a great heavyweight fight, a showdown. Two bulls, man. It's interesting to see.
And that's what it kind of reminded me of. Two big old bucks, like locking horns.
Locking horns and doing what they do.
And the respect, and I like that.
Yeah, that was a great fight by two good men.
Slight edge, Josh DePace, I think.
Couldn't be me though.
This may be a split decision.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to judge this fight personally.
It went back and forth. You know, it really depends what you're looking at.
I think that DePace had the flurry, a couple
DePace
of
had the bigger
flurries.
moments.
Yeah, he had
the bigger
a few
moments. Yeah. There wasn't any takedowns or any like significant deciding factors, so
No, he's celebrating like he won.
they both were like, pretty equal on the control. We don't have advanced statistics to like really boil it down to, so it might come down to the flurries, man. Who knows?
Mike Falvo over with the USMCA table getting the final scorecards. Thank you to the USMCA for being our third-party sanctioning body.
They always do a great job. Shout out to Ed Kinner and Mike Goller, all the people involved in the USMPA, man, making sure the fighters stay safe and secure.
Bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official result.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for two great fighters. And now, after three hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts, we go to the official scorecard. The judges have scored the fight 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27 for your winner by way of unanimous decision, the smiling assassin, Josh DePace.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Like I said, Josh had the bigger moments, I would say. The bigger flurries. It was close,
The
but
harder strikes.
the harder strikes.
Yeah, I think Campos fought well. He didn't appear to be the memorable fighter
Yeah.
in the cage here tonight, and sometimes that's what matters. You have to leave an impact on the judges.